Have you ever been in this situation, choosing a beautiful watermelon and bringing it home full of expectations, only to find it bland when you cut it open? Or worse, mushy and tasteless? Among dozens, even hundreds of watermelons at the market, each one looks delicious. But how do you know if the inside is truly sweet, crisp, and juicy? This is what confuses many people. A seasoned watermelon farmer has revealed some extremely useful tips for choosing watermelons. If you want to select fresh, sweet, and juicy watermelons, with just a few simple tips, you can easily make the right choice the first time. No more disappointment after buying. In this video, I'll share with you some incredibly simple yet effective ways to choose a delicious watermelon. Watch until the end, and you'll find it much easier. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. First, observe the yellow mark at the bottom of the fruit. This is the part that came into contact with the ground during development. This part is usually a different color from the rest of the rind because it didn't receive enough sunlight. If this spot is a deep yellow, it indicates that the melon has been in the ground long enough and ripened naturally. During that time, the melon completes the process of accumulating sugar and water, resulting in a richer flavor. Therefore, the melon will be sweet, fleshy, and crisp. If this mark is white or pale yellow and indistinct, it means the melon is not fully ripe because it hasn't had enough time in contact with the soil. At this stage, the sugar content hasn't fully developed, so it will taste bland and less delicious. You should avoid choosing such melons. Second, gently tap the melon. Tap it lightly with your hand 3 to 5 times and try it on a few melons to compare the sound. If the sound is deep, resonant, and firm, it's a sign that the melon is ripe and juicy. When the melon's flesh is full and plump, the sound will be even more resonant. Conversely, if the sound is dull or high-pitched, the melon may not be ripe yet, or the inside may be spongy, less juicy, and less sweet. This is a very simple but extremely useful trick that allows you to quickly check the doneness on the spot without having to cut it open. Third, observe the color of the watermelon. Pay particular attention to the stripes on the rind. If you look closely, you will see dark stripes running along the fruit like wavy lines. A good watermelon typically has distinct dark and evenly distributed stripes. This indicates that the watermelon is fully ripe, the rind is well developed, and the flesh inside has accumulated enough water and sugar. As a result, this type of melon usually has a rich, sweet flavor, a natural aroma, and a crisp, juicy texture. Conversely, if the melon's veins are faint, broken, or unevenly distributed, it's usually a sign that the melon isn't fully ripe. These melons are typically less sweet, less juicy, and taste bland. Conversely, if the melon's veins are faint, broken, or unevenly distributed, it's usually a sign that the melon isn't fully ripe. These melons are typically less sweet, less juicy, and taste bland. Naturally, ripened melons are usually a dark, slightly deep green color. This indicates that the rind has fully developed, is often thinner, and the flesh inside has accumulated enough water and sugar. Such fruits will have a sweet, crisp, and very juicy taste. Conversely, light green, bright-colored melons are usually not fully ripe, have thick rinds, and less sweet flesh. Most of these are harvested prematurely before reaching natural ripeness, resulting in a bland taste and less juice. Where are you viewing this from? Please leave a comment. Therefore, prioritize choosing fruits with dark green skins like these. Finally, observe the navel of the watermelon. When buying watermelons, you'll see some with large navels and some with small ones. Which one should you choose? Choose a melon with a small navel. After the melon flower sets fruit, the navel gradually forms and changes during development. As the fruit ripens, the navel will shrink and become smaller. This indicates that the fruit has fully developed with a thinner rind and juicier flesh. Therefore, the smaller the navel, the riper and tastier the melon. Conversely, if the navel is large, it's usually a sign that the melon was harvested early and isn't fully ripe, so it will be less sweet. When holding a melon in your hand, gently turn it over and check this part to choose a suitable one. Now let's examine a watermelon selected according to the criteria above. This melon has a curly stem and looks quite fresh. The rind is dark green with distinct veins. The navel and the point of contact with the ground are yellow. Remove the stem and cut the melon in half horizontally. You will have two halves with a nice round interior. Where are you from? It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. Take one half, place the inside side down on the cutting board to hold it securely and prevent it from slipping. Using a sharp knife, cut lengthwise from top to bottom through both the shell and the pulp, creating long strips. Continue cutting the melon horizontally to create square pieces. Then separate each piece. They're easy to hold, no knife or spoon needed. Wow! Just look at this juicy red interior and the amazing aroma. It's truly appealing and delicious. The flesh of the melon is over 90% water, making it excellent for cooling down and rehydrating, especially in the summer or for the elderly. Replenishing fluids through fruit is a great way to maintain bodily balance. If you don't finish eating it all, store it properly to keep the cucumber fresh. Here's a very effective tip that few people know. Soak the cucumber in water, but don't completely submerge it. Instructions: wrap the sliced melon tightly with plastic wrap to prevent contact with air. Place the melon slice in a bowl of clean water, with the water level reaching about 2/3 of its height. Important note: do not let the cut surface of the melon get submerged in water. Otherwise, it will absorb water, lose its flavor, and spoil quickly. This tip is like a mini refrigerator, helping to maintain the moisture and crispness of the melon. You should change the water 1 to 2 times a day. Thanks to this method, the melon can stay fresh for 1 to 2 days and still taste as good as new. Thanks to this method, melons can stay fresh for 1 to 2 days and still taste as good as new. Do you remember how to choose a fresh, crisp, and sweet watermelon? How do you usually select one? Leave a comment so others can learn. Thank you for your support. This video ends here. If you have any comments, please leave them below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share it with your family and friends. And remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Thank you very much. Goodbye, and see you again.